Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy here. 4 nerds, by nerds, hanging out with some of the crew.
I'm Nate.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be building an unorthodox character build. We're going to do a Goliath wizard.
So Goliath is out of the players stuff?
Or the player's companion for the elemental
evil
something or other. So Goliaths get their stat bumps to strength and con.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on how you want to do things, like if you dump your strength on this character,
he's still not too terrible.
He's average and he can freaking carry a ton of shit.
Yeah, he can still carry a lot, even with a 10
He can
strength.
still be your pack mule.
Yeah.
So we know he's a Goliath. We know he's a wizard.
Yeah.
But what background are we going to go with? There's quite a few that just don't fit.
I think first we should, before background,
pick
I
what specialty, what flavor of wizard.
What's his school of wizardry there? I think that'll kind of make me feel better with picking his background. I don't really feel like I got a character idea for this guy yet.
Okay.
So once we could go necromancer, and he could be like a gravedigger type of guy, like because he can carry a lot. He can carry bodies, caskets.
Well,
he could be like the Renfield, sort of, but like an oversized Renfield.
He could be, or he could go diviner, and he could be like the seer for the tribe.
Yeah, you could go that one too if you want to go less creepy.
Yeah, less creepy. And if you wanted to go with like he kind of has like maybe he's got like a weird spell book where it's not really a spell book, like he carries like all these like animal hides that have been scrawled on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a good thing he has all that extra carrying capacity because his spell book is like all over.
Could be used as a bludgeon. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. So it's not actually. My idea is not even like it's not even a book. It's a bunch of like rolled up animal hides.
Yeah.
That he scrawls on.
Yeah, I mean that could go for any of the disciplines. That could work for even a transmuter or whatever. If you want to make them strictly like tribal. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Goliaths are tribal.
Well. But that doesn't mean that one character could be raised by another civilization. In
halflings.
In the Viking game, my seer character, like this doesn't take into account the oversized carrying capacity, but my character, like his spell book, as it were, are just like tattoos inscribed on his body. So if you're talking about a primitive culture, his spell book could be on his skin too.
Well, that's true. That's good being a Goliath because you have a lot of skin.
A lot of surface area, so that's super helpful.
Especially if you're small.
And he's like, what's that mirror for? I bring a full-length mirror out on adventuring. I gotta see that 9th level spell on my back.
Yeah, I feel like the tattooing of your spellbook on you is going to be...
You do have to do the trick where you use multiple mirrors to like look at stuff. Yeah, hold that there. Yeah.
I'm thinking it would be more of like very, very tiny, tight glyph.
Yeah.
Like rings rather than... like big
it's not gonna be big
designs of things.
So now, like when I think of like the Goliaths and the way I intend to use Goliaths in our world is that I don't actually like the Goliath race as is. I kind of I like the Goliath the way it's put together and built. But I'd much rather use them for like a half giant or a half ogre than I actually would as Goliaths. Yeah. As WotC came up with them.
Well, you remember like the Athasian giant or half giants, like the substitution they created the Goliath in the Psionics 3rd edition player's handbook, or the Psionics player's handbook, I think it was called, or it might have just been called Psionics. But they created Goliath, and they're like, yep, that's basically the Athasian half giant. So essentially, it's kind of the intention was there. It's just
in other worlds, they actually created a half giant race though, and it's a song. Yeah, that's the thing.
It might have been an unofficial supplement.
No, it was official. It was in the Sonic's handbook.
Which was the Goliath.
No, it was half giant.
Well, I mean, we can time.
All right. Well,
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
All right.
I'll take you out. Let's do this.
I'll get in this fight. I actually want to put him in School of Abjuration, but...
Oh, an Abjure. I like Abjuration, but what I don't like about Abjuration is there's not enough Abjuration schools to really benefit from the ability.
Yeah, I would actually tweak Abjuration, the School of Abjuration, to include a little more cleric spells.
To have more spells in general.
Because, you're right. You only have a few spells that you're actually going to get that shield out.
You can't even multi-class in the cleric and benefit from it, because I'm pretty sure it specifically says wizard spells.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
It's like we have this cool ability if your school had more spells in it.
You're casting Alarm all the time just so you can get the shield off.
Is there like a cantrip that you can put in to like?
No. Oh, okay. So it is Abjuration in general. a first level or higher. It doesn't matter what school, but you're going to get a certain amount of hit points based on. I think your max hit points is based on your wizard level.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
So
the ward has hit points equal to twice your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. I think that's like the max.
Right, so you're going to lose that if you start multi-classing.
Yeah. And
now, now with the supplement that the Goliath is introduced with, it introduces a lot more spells, and I believe some of them are abjuration.
Yeah, some of them are ridiculous high level, but you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of my favorites is the
It was the absorption, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's really good.
It's like
first level. Was that the first level?
Yeah, it's like shield, but for the elements.
Yeah.
So so at least you have shield and you have that, and then you can use alarm all the time.
Yeah, so you could just be like a tough.
Well, you know what plays into it, since shield is abjuration for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so it plays into it. You could build the Goliath warrior character who goes in and fights melee, has shield as a backup, always getting that ward going on as the abjurer. So he's like going in and mixing up fighting, and a lot of his first level slots are going to the shield spell.
Yeah, which just gave him extra hit points, and there's also the aspect of the Goliath where they can shrug off damage, and that recharges.
So this guy could go and pound on stuff, and face to face.
Shocking grasp.
And shocking grasp.
He basically uses a rod as his arcane focus, and basically has a stun stick.
Yo, what if
rod?
All right, so we usually don't go to multi-class, but a level of barbarian. If you go give him some decent strength, he's got the con modifier. He's a wizard, so he's not going to be wearing armor anyway.
Or
although I believe armor is one of your abjurations, mage armor is one of your abjuration spells that you might want to take advantage of.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. But the bonuses, the benefits of being being a barbarian don't stack that con to armor class.
Not with the armor spell, and the other problem is like you can't do anything while raging.
That's why I would say fighter over.
Yeah.
If I was going to branch out, I would say fighter over that. So.
Yeah, it flies right out the window. So I would not go barbarian. It could be interesting, but
it would be more of an RP thing, and not. It would be suboptimal. Like there's not having an optimized character.
You're already a wizard Goliath, so you're already going.
Yeah, you're like, how can I make this even worse?
I know.
I can make my two different classes not mesh together at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the abjuration. I like the idea, and you could actually maybe reflavor that a little bit to like maybe he's a geomancer, and maybe your abjuration spells are like summoning the strength of the earth, or maybe your shield is like rocks fly up to intervene between you and whatever's attacking you.
Or if you're going to go with the cold theme, we could also like armor of ice and things, or kind of like a frost kind of, what's that called, like frostmire or frostmap.
Like if you wanted to say do the half giant thing, it's like, oh, we have the blood of frost giants in my clan. And that's
if you did half giants, that would work really well with that. That would flow together.
Yeah. So and that's just reflavoring it. So all right. So what are we going to do with the stats? Like, so he's a wizard. We're just going to dump charisma right off the bat.
Afraid so.
Afraid so.
Diplomacy is not going to be this guy's
10 wisdom.
Sure, yeah.
14 intelligence.
14 intelligence, yeah.
Yeah.
15 con.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's that leave it? 13 and a 12.
Well, we put that 13 and a 12. I don't know. We put that 13 in the con. That's still a +2 modifier. Because it's going to optimize your odd number.
You're going to get stuck with it. I think you're going to get stuck with an odd no matter what.
Yeah, you're going to get stuck with an odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot get out of the odd without going to a point.
Well, think about what you want to do with this character later on. Is he always going to have the mage armor thing, or is he going to wear armor at one point?
Well, you could also look at the thing of whether he's going to take a feat that's going to give him that
that's +1.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I think light armor lets you take strength or dex, right? Or one of the armors, when you get it, you can also get.
You get a stat bump.
Yeah, you get a stat bump. So that's some. It could be strength or dex. I think in either case. So if you're going to do armor, or if you're going to just take levels in fighter,
I feel like you have to constantly cast mage armor just to get your ward up.
your ward or the shield spell.
Yeah.
Well, there's something to keep in mind. First level false life is actually pretty good. So until you're higher level,
but we're talking like the bonus of the
benefit
of
it, yeah.
You know, so shield and mage armor. Well, also too,
I feel like shield. If you're in combat, shield's going to recharge that just fine for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And also too, mage armor, it lasts for 8 hours. So once you get to the point where you have over 4 castings of first level spells, and you get some of your spell slots back because you're a wizard and you get to take that short rest. That 4 castings last you the entire day for mage armor. You're
That's
set.
true.
Oh yeah, if you got a long haul.
Although I believe that ward is based off your level, so eventually you want to like cast higher level spells to get better effects, to get the bonus points.
Well, the way it recharges, it's based off.
I'm just saying, like, you're in a better position than like the fighter that's got to take off his armor. Like in the middle of the evening, and the attack comes, and like you're not really as concerned because you have mage armor.
No, that is one of the benefits of that.
I would put the 13 in dex, so that we have
14 strength.
Yeah, and you could always bump up with a. I mean, heck, you could even take.
I would even the resilient feat because there's so many dex saves.
Exactly.
To eventually just take that to get your stat bumps to have that 14 dex.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or forever be odd. Somewheres.
You could, or you could look at the point buy and just look for the stuff that's like going to give you, say, essentially one even and the rest, or 1 odd and the rest be even.
So, all right. So we need a background for this guy, and we need kind of a little bit of a story for this.
Okay,
guy.
well, if we're going with abjuration.
Who goes up and smacks stuff in the face.
Yeah. So maybe he's well, I feel like we always pick soldier, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
folk hero. He could be a tribal champion, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that
with supernatural protection is what other people would probably see it as.
Yeah, like a Hercules anointed by the gods.
I just read my book in the morning and I kick your ass
with this book. Bah!
Yeah.
So Outlander also is kind of like the obvious.
Yeah.
For any of the barbarian types.
Yeah, I mean that kind of is like the default for every Goliath though. Like so, yeah. At least folk hero, like your tribe looks at you as like the savior or whatever.
Hermit. So
is he considered maybe not a noble in the sense of aristocrat?
Well, I mean he
could
be
noble within.
He could be the son of the leader.
Yeah, the son of the leader. So he's allowed to study magic because maybe that's kind of like a pecking order thing.
Privilege.
Or everybody else is like digging potatoes in rocky ground, and he's like, dude, I can read my books because I'm the chieftain's son.
But also dependent upon the culture, like if it's like geometry for an abjurer, that could be like a holy writ, like that could be from like actual like holy texts or whatever. So it's not frowned upon because it's coming from of the gods sort of way, sort of thing. So I mean, just because we're
sounds like a charlatan to me now.
Just because we're saying he's a wizard doesn't necessarily mean that like every culture's got to be anti-wizard.
Oh no.
Well, no, I'm saying that.
I'm saying if he's saying his powers are coming from the gods and he's actually just
a wizard.
A wizard.
Yeah. It's like charlatan.
Charlatan background. Yeah. We could go acolyte. Acolyte's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking with the. It's not that it's frowned upon. It's just simply that, and when you live in a harsh environment, everyone's got to pull their weight. So to actually study wizardry,
he's got a decent strength, so he literally can pull his weight and do the do the work. Do the work of the land.
In the Goliath culture, the way WotC writes the Goliath, they're very much like that. If you can't pull your weight, they actually leave you to die.
Yeah. So he could, ways of pulling his weight through the study that might not be obvious to the majority of the Goliath culture.
Well, he's going to be a decent fighter because he uses his magic to augment his fighting ability.
Or what if he was left to die?
That's a hermit then.
He does discover magic somehow, and whether
he finds the frostbitten body of a dead wizard clutching a spell book that he pries out, and he can read. And he spends some time in a cave or whatever, to survive. And the only thing to ride out the storm, the only thing he has for entertainment is this book. He has nobody to talk to.
The book, and maybe the wizard's supplies. Maybe he has some minor magic things.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with Hermit.
Well, then this version is the version that we dump his strength. I feel like.
Yeah, because
he was too weak to fit in with the tribe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like dumping his strength in that situation because it would be a 10, which is pathetic for a Goliath.
Yeah, weak and puny.
You're as weak as a human.
Yeah, you're as weak as a human. You can still carry twice as much as them, but you're still pathetic.
You're like a Goliath baby.
and then now we can bump his wisdom to a 12.
Yeah.
We could do that. Yeah.
And then he has a, then he has a 10 charisma because he wasn't likable enough for them to carry his ass around.
Yeah, he wasn't able to convince them not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and also too, like he's in the hermit, just been in the wilds for a while, and also previously raised by a barbarian tribe, so he probably has not read How the Wind Friends Influence People, right?
No, he hasn't gotten around to that yet.
Yeah.
Maybe once his civilization.
Yeah, so what do we got? 10, 13 still for Dex.
Yes.
Yeah.
16 for Con.
14.
14 intelligence.
12, 10.
12, 10. All right.
Yeah.
And,
I like that. I like that better.
So, and like maybe his secret place, he discovered the secret place, and his secret place is actually
This cave, this like wondrous cave, like this Arthur, almost like I'm imagining like the Superman like Fortress of Solitude, like he discovers like an arcane version of that in the wilderness.
But the guy that lived there died.
obviously,
So it's got
it's vacant.
it's vacant.
What if he murdered the guy that lived there?
Maybe because like foolish, like yeah. So this guy isn't actually.
He's like a
good.
research guy up in the wilderness.
Or well, I
on the
mean, that's the
mountains,
body he
collecting
found.
Yeti fur, tufts that he finds.
Or that could be the body he found, and like the mystery is like, well, how did this powerful wizard that was able to maintain this thing? How did he just die in a while?
Yeah.
And maybe he leaves because the enchantments start to falter on the place, or I don't know, the glacier's shifting, or whatever, or snow melt, or whatever the case.
Or the thing that killed the guy comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be-
could also
that'd
be
be a good reason
So
to
he's
leave.
like, oh, I'm out of here, and that's how he gets into the party, wherever the party is. And so he decided to head down the mountain.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta get out of this.
Get
place
out of here.
If it's the last thing I ever do.
So I think we've fully fleshed this guy out. We
Yeah.
have an abjurer who's been abandoned by the tribe, and he's found a new way of life and survived despite the odds. So you guys, what do you think? Down in the comments, let us know. Did we hit the marks? Did we completely miss them? While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out Nerdarchy, the store, for the finer commercial ventures of Nerdarchy.
He also patronizes us in a good way over on Patreon.
Until next time,
Stay nerdy.
Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy here, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with some of the crew.
I'm Nate.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be building an unorthodox character build. We're going to do a Goliath wizard.
So Goliath is out of the players stuff?
The player's companion for the elemental
Evil
something or other. Like maybe he's got like a weird spell book where it's not really a spell book. Like he carries like all these like animal hides that have been scrawled on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's a good thing he has all that extra carrying capacity because his spell book is like all over.
Could be used as a bludgeon. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. So it's not actually. My idea is not even like it's not even a book. It's a bunch of like rolled up animal hides
Yeah.
that he scrawls on.
Yeah, I mean that could go for any of the disciplines. That could work for even a transmuter or whatever. If you want to make them strict.
So Goliaths get their stat bumps to strength and con.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on how you want to do things, like if you dump your strength on this character,
he's still not too terrible.
He's average and he can freaking carry a ton of shit.
Yeah, he can still carry a lot, even with a 10
He can
strength.
still be your pack mule.
Yeah.
So we know he's a Goliath. We know he's a wizard.
Yeah.
But what background are we going to go with?
Yeah,
there's quite a few that just don't fit.
I think first we should, before background,
Pick
I kinda
what
wanna
specialty,
say,
what flavor of wizard?
What's the school of wizardry there? I think that'll kind of make me feel better with picking his background. I don't really feel like I got a character idea for this guy yet.
Okay.
So once we could go necromancer, and he could be like a gravedigger type of guy, like because he can carry a lot. He can carry bodies, caskets.
Well,
He could be like the Renfield, sort of, but like an oversized
he
Renfield.
could be, or he could go diviner and he could be like the seer for the tribe.
Yeah, you could go that one too if you want to go less creepy.
Yeah, that's good. And if you wanted to go with like he kind of has.
Really like tribal. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Goliaths are tribal.
Well, but that doesn't mean that one character could be raised by another civilization. In
halflings.
in the Viking, like in the Viking game, my seer character, like this doesn't take into account the oversized carrying capacity. But my character, like his spell book, as it were, are just like tattoos on his inscribed on his body. So if you're talking about a primitive culture, his spell book could be on his skin too.
Well, that's true, and that's good being a Goliath because you have a lot of
A
skin.
lot of surface area. So that